break down, Kevin, the Second Amendment, because the young man was 17 years of age, protecting property. Could you help us understand? So we want to take it from a basic sense of the Second Amendment, what our rights are, which extends to everyone, because sometimes we get confused on what our rights are. So help us understand about the Second Amendment and how we are
as far as the Second Amendment, okay, well, the Second Amendment basically is just that you have a right to bear arms, but then it also mentions about, you know, reserving the rights of the state to form a militia, okay? But the whole purpose of that, back when that originated, that's the thing that can get confused as far as when these laws originated and then where we at now in 2020. So they had a distrust of, you know, they were going by what they had lived under as far as with England. And so they didn't want to give up all of their rights. So they reserved the rights to the state to form a militia. And in that sense, a militia more is the National Guard, you know, in each state, when you think of that in that way. So when you have these vigilantes, you know, it's like, maybe I like Western movies, makes you think about a Western movie, somebody taking the law into their hand. You know, that the Second Amendment doesn't give a vigilante the right to do what these vigilantes did. Now, as far as with this young man, from what I saw, there was a call that it went out on social media for people to come and guard this particular used car dealership, as far as to keep cars from getting possibly destroyed or burned, right? So then this boy is 17 years old. He comes from Antioch, Illinois. From what I read, Antioch, Illinois is 15 miles from Kenosha. So it's right over the state line. So he comes there. Then, you know, one of the questions in my mind was, well, where's his people? You know, they're going to just let him go travel somewhere on his own like that. But he
dropped him off.
Right. Well, but, you know, but the thing, he goes there, and it's supposedly to be to guard this business, right? Supposed to be, you know, to do that. And then what else? Claim to be there providing medical aid as well. This is what another statement that the boy has made, that he had a first aid kit or something on him, that he had helped treat somebody that had some tear gas or something like that. But the thing is that you have, that's what the police are supposed to be for. You know, as far as for to have the guard, whoever this business owner's business is. That's what the function of the police is for, one of their functions. So what, you don't need to hire some vigilantes to come, you know, so really that owner of the car dealership, used car dealership, was wrong in the first place for to even go out and put the word out for to get people to come in. But then secondly, the boy had an interaction with the police. The police came up on that car dealership, and the boy was out there. He's clearly shown on video, and the police gave him water and said, and the police said, we appreciate y'all being here. Okay, what's up with that? You know, that this is what, you know, they're doing your job, but we appreciate you being there. You know, and so the thing is that not too long after that interaction with the police, I looked at this timeline on Washington Post site, where the reporter broke it down over a 4-minute period. Somewhere it's approximately 4 minutes and some seconds after that the police gave the boy water and the others water. Then that's when all this went down. So he shot 2 people, shot a third man in the arm, I think, where he's lost use of his arm, or he maimed with his arm. And so from what I saw with what the prosecutors is charged with, he's charged with first-degree reckless homicide of Joseph Rosenbaum. This is a white guy who's out there protesting for Black Lives Matter. He's charged with first-degree reckless homicide of Joseph Rosenbaum. He's charged with first-degree intentional homicide of Anthony Huber, who is somebody that was white that was out protesting for Black Lives Matter. He's got charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. That's where he shot the young man in his arm. That his name is Gage Grosskreutz. I'm mispronouncing his last name.
Yeah.
But he's a white guy that was out there protesting for Black Lives Matter. Then he's got 2 counts of first-degree reckless endangerment. And then the last count, possession of a dangerous weapon under the age of 18. Now, from what I saw, his lawyer has already started to try to claim defensive property. Okay, but where he shot, and I looked at the thing the Washington Post reporter put together, because she's getting all this footage from showing where the boy went. He wasn't nowhere near that car dealership when he shot these 3 people. He wasn't nowhere near. So the defensive property, you got to be right there on the property or close by for to try to make that claim. So you see what I'm going? Right. So he was going after people, but then after he shot the first person, when he killed that guy, that's when people said he shot somebody, then they chased him. But he wasn't nowhere near, even when he shot the first person, he wasn't nowhere near that dealership.
Right.
So then now his lawyer is thrown out there self-defense. And you got Trump that's backing that up, saying that, throwing that out there now. Now that's poisoning the jury pool right there, with Trump saying that, as far as to say self-defense.
Yeah, because Trump won that state or that area, I think.
He did, but the thing regarding this boy having the Second Amendment right, he wasn't. Wisconsin, I researched it. There's a right to carry a gun in the open without a license. That's true, but he still was under. He broke the law because he was under 18. So he shouldn't have had the gun, out there in the first place. But the other part
now, this is what I've been told, that looking at his age, he cannot own a weapon under the age of 18. But
correct.
If someone hands him a weapon, the possession of it, that becomes maybe a misdemeanor offense.
It is.
It could be a misdemeanor offense, but it's still a violation of the law itself.
Right.
Either way you look at it.
Yeah, but it looks like his defense is creating a timeline that he's only going to catch a misdemeanor instead of a felony, because you're right, he didn't own it, but he possessed it. And as he possessed it, he patrolled around the car lot. And bringing it to the Second Amendment, dealing with the militia, they're saying that the local police would not and refuse to patrol property. So he had to assist his neighbor in actually patrolling the property, because Kyle actually works in Kenosha as a lifeguard.
Well, the thing I would say regarding that, Brian, is that in this time and climate, and then dealing with whatever that potential jury pool is going to be, if it might be some people that might buy that, it might be, but I would hope that whoever the prosecutors are, that they could weed out people, because when you're picking the jury for a trial, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get people to really talk about what they believe, not just say what they think you want to hear, because you really want to know what they believe. And if they believe in those kind of things like that, that's somebody, as far as you want to get them off their jury. You don't want them on there. Now, if there's some people that wind up making it to, if this boy goes to trial and they believe in that, then he gonna walk. I mean, I hate to say that, but yeah, he would, because they're the ones that decide. They go in their room and they make the decision whether or not the prosecutor is proving the case beyond a reasonable doubt. And so